Speaking of teachers using their own money, a recent survey shows in the 2014-2015 school year, 94% of public teachers dipped into their own pocketbooks at least once. Our Quentin Smith speaks with teachers about this growing trend. He joins us live in the studio with more.
Yo, Scott, one teacher I spoke with says she spends thousands of dollars each year from her own pocketbooks for her classroom. And while teachers are scraping for extra change, they say fully funding education could help solve this problem. Whether it's markers, notebook paper, or even folders, students aren't the only ones rushing to the stores to buy these items.
Every single year I've had to use my own money to buy stuff for my classroom.
Most teachers, if not all teachers, spend their own money for their students.
Peyton Jackson is a third-grade teacher in Starkville and says on a yearly basis she spends anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 out of her own pockets for school supplies.
Most of my paycheck probably goes to buying glue or buying new pencils, especially pencils. We run out of pencils a lot.
They don't know that I'm actually buying this stuff with my money, but it will make a lasting impression and they will learn the things that they need to learn.
Vivian Spears has been teaching for more than 2 decades and says it's common for teachers to have to spend their own money.
Last year we were doing a unit on apples, and we were going to make applesauce, and we were going to have the different types of apples. So I just went to the grocery store and bought all the different types of apples that I needed and the supplies to make the applesauce.
Spears says budget cuts from state lawmakers is a prime reason for teachers having to spend their own cash. She believes lawmakers need to fully fund education. And if that happens, she's confident that teachers like herself will have the necessary resources available for their classrooms without having to dip into their own pocketbooks.
Education is so important, and the standards just keep getting harder and harder every year, and more pressure on teachers every year to get those scores up, and just stop cutting the funding for education. We've got to fully fund education.
Most teachers are, out of the goodness out of their heart, they don't mind doing it. But if I would have to say fair, probably not fair.
Now, state lawmakers say education was underfunded by $200 million this past school year. That's an alarming number that many state lawmakers are now fighting to change.